Welcome to everything you need to know about the Santos Tour Down Under. This is Australia's greatest cycling race. It takes place every year in summer over multiple stages around Adelaide, South Australia. The Santos Tour Down Under opens the cycling season as the first event on the Union Cycliste Internationale, or UCI, World Tour calendar. Featuring a UCI Women's World Tour and Men's World Tour race, both of these competitions are at the highest level of international racing. The event started in 1999 and was won by Australian cyclist Stuart O'Grady. He's now the race director. Since then, we've been welcoming the world's best down under. The Santos Tour Down Under began as a UCI event in 1999 and was elevated to World Tour status in 2008, becoming the first event outside cycling's traditional home of Europe to do so. The Santos Tour Down Under women's race began in 2016. 2 years later, it became the first cycling event in the world to offer women the same prize money as men. And in 2023, it joined the UCI Women's World Tour, the top tier of road cycling competition. Now that we know its origins, let's see how it works. Top cyclists from around the globe compete for the ochre jersey, worn by the race leader. The tour takes place over a series of stages, and while stages change each year, the overall structure stays the same. Flat stages along the coast and through local wine regions are great for sprinters, while climbers excel on slopes across the Adelaide Hills and Fleurieu Peninsula. Timed events, where riders race individually against the clock, like time trials or prologues, can also be part of the action. The race leader at the end of each stage wears the prestigious ochre jersey, which may change hands throughout the race, based on the rider with the lowest aggregate time at the end of each stage. The cyclist with the lowest cumulative time across all of the race stages is the overall winner and takes home the ochre jersey. The Santos Tour Down Under launched the ochre leader's jersey in 2006. Its unique orange tone is a nod to the Australian outback, and there are other classification jerseys up for grabs during the race. The sprint jersey is awarded to the best sprinter. Points are given to the first 3 riders across the line at designated sprint points along the route, and the first 15 riders to cross the finish line. The King or Queen of the Mountain jersey goes to the best climber. Climbs are categorised from 1 to 4. More difficult Category 1 climbs offer more points and are awarded to the first 5 riders over specified climb checkpoints. Easier climbs offer fewer points and only to the first 3 riders. This jersey retains the traditional polka dot design worn by the leader of this classification. And the young rider jersey is given to the highest ranked rider aged 23 or younger. Riders can also receive distinctive coloured race numbers during the competition, such as the red race number for the most aggressive rider of the stage. Apart from individual jerseys and race numbers, teams wear jerseys of the same colour featuring sponsor logos. You'll also notice some riders wearing special jerseys, such as the reigning world champion in the rainbow jersey or national road champions in jerseys representing their country's colours. As you can imagine, the main group of riders, known as the Peloton, forms a colourful moving spectacle with its diverse range of jerseys. The Peloton helps riders conserve energy by reducing drag through drafting. By riding in the middle or at the back of a well-formed peloton, cyclists can save up to 40% of their energy compared to those at the front who are facing wind resistance. The peloton's formation and strategy can influence the pace and dynamics of the race. And while riding in the peloton helps with energy conservation, riders must break away from the pack at some point to improve their overall standings. That's called a breakaway, and when that happens, the drafting strategy changes. Different types of pace lines form, such as the double pace line and echelons in crosswinds. Here, team strategies play a big role in determining whether riders collaborate or hinder rivals in the breakaway. While cycling may look like an individual sport, a rider's success often relies on the support of selfless teammates known as domestiques. They perform tasks such as fetching water bottles or supplies, providing slipstream, or pacing their leader back into contention. Sometimes losing teammates during a breakaway or mountain climb can leave a contender vulnerable and susceptible to exhaustion. Each team also has a soigneur, which translates to a person who provides care. A soigneur stands along the side of the road at designated points, known as feed zones, holding out drink bottles and food bags for their team riders to grab. This helps replenish the rider and keeps them going strong throughout the race. It's no surprise that racing requires exceptional athleticism, a strong team, a bit of luck, and unwavering nerves, because the competition gets dangerous at times, and it's not uncommon to see collisions with other riders. They're tested on risky downhill sections, along with the difficulties of coping with heat and dehydration. But cyclists don't face these hurdles alone. A long procession of team staff and race organisers support them in a race convoy of motorbikes and cars ahead of and following the race. The race is broadcast globally over 50 channels in 190 territories, not to mention the thousands of fans who line the roads to see their heroes in action during the race, with the chance to get up close to some of the world's greatest athletes. As a spectator, the finish line is just the start of the amazing experiences on offer in South Australia. Fans can go beyond the race and explore our state's exceptional food, world-class wines, pristine beaches and the picturesque regions as the world's best cyclists pedal through a rider's paradise. Throughout this world-class event, you'll love being part of Adelaide's buzzing atmosphere, taking in the festival hub, the tour village, and experiencing the race from the regions to the street parties. At the Santos Tour Down Under, cycling fans don't just watch the action, they're part of it, soaking up cycling expertise and rubbing shoulders with the world's best riders in the Team Zone and Bike Expo. You can bring your own bike and hit the road for the best seat in the house, or bring the kids along for a day they won't forget. The Santos Tour Down Under, Australia's greatest cycling race.